So we got to get an update on Doge. We've been looking at it briefly for the past couple of days. I'm gonna keep my eye on this weekly MACD. It is getting so close to flipping bullish. It's basically getting ready to print a green bar. I would say next week, if next week is bullish, then this should actually flip green for the first time since 2020. I would say, well, the last time it was green was 2021, but the last time it flipped green was 2020. It looks like so. Definitely keeping an eye on Doge. I'm not going to go crazy on short-term TA. I mean, at this point, you're either in or you're not. I mean, if you're going to be in crypto and you don't want to buy in down here and you're just going to wait for a break, then 17.4 would be confirmation, in my opinion, that it's going to flip bullish. So it is still in a nasty downtrend. We cannot start screaming moon just yet, but as we've been looking at for the past couple of days, Sleepy, or not Sleepy Love Potion, Ethereum Classic flipped bullish. So I would imagine Ethereum Classic is going to draw in a lot of the crowd from Robinhood. People are going to start talking about Doge again. Doge would start running. And then people will start saying, well, if Doge is running, then Shiba is going to run. And Shiba is also completing a retracement that's about the same length as last time. So today actually marks the um, what's the word I'm looking for? Duration of the correction from the summertime. So today is actually the day that it should have broken out if we were going to be mystical wizards, and obviously that's not happening. So, but the same concept where Shiba breaks out over 27, then everybody will say, oh, well, if Doge is running and Shiba's running, then maybe Elon Mars would run, and I expect that to play out. So we definitely have to keep an eye on this Doge. I guess for people that are getting in and out, you just wicked up to a major resistance, 14 cents. It's a 618. It looks like here is not the same story. It just kind of blew right through. So 14 cents is the short-term breakout line. So I guess if you want to even zoom in a little further than this and say Doge would have to stay over 1292 for continuation to the upside. I think any lower than 1292 and it's actually just going to start falling off the table again, coming back down here. So it has to stay over 1292 for continuation. But again, I'm not really going to focus on the short terms like this. At this point in time, with about a week left to go in March, we're either somewhere in here and we're getting ready to blast out of here, or we really are about to fall off the table like this, like some people are still calling for the 25K. So it's important to not rule out bearish market scenarios. So until we break over 14 cents, we can't get too bullish, but macro bullish. Once we get over 17.3, we would break out of this downtrend that started over a year ago, or almost a year ago. It's coming up, actually. This was in May, right? Yeah, starting in May all the way down to about right now. So once we get over 17.50, roughly, that would be the break to the upside, and you'd see a move back up to 23 cents. So bit of a long ways to go, but it is starting to look decent. We got to keep an eye on this MACD. Once it flips bullish, I think we really go. Samo had a nice recovery off the 786. The shorts are still dropping, which is a good sign for now. It actually looks like they might want to reverse one last time. BTC still holding 43,000. I think this is a good sign. Again, I keep looking for the SPY to pull back, and it just doesn't want to. So maybe it happens next week. I mean, today's Thursday, so we're kind of running out of time. Matic is pushing up. Ethereum has actually had a nice pullback, and it's holding perfectly. So, these coins don't look that bad. I mean, Stellar Lumens is coming back from the dead already. ADA is coming back from the dead. So the miners are actually holding up better than I expected, and I'm I'm not a perma bull, but I'm a bull. I'm a moon boy. That's the word I'm looking for. So I really think April is bullish. We got to keep an eye on this 201 on the money supply chart as well. Ethereum Classic had a decent pullback, still holding up. So all in all, I do think April is going to be bullish for crypto. I still think there's going to be one more pullback, but every time I still think there's going to be a pullback, but every time there's a little bit of a dip, it just gets bought up. So over 44.8 for Bitcoin is extremely bullish. I think there's no going back from there. But until we get over 44.8, we really can't start screaming moon, because these drops are still lurking in the background, in my opinion. The altcoin dominance, as we've looked at for the past couple of weeks, has found a bottom here at about 15%, which is the 618 from the summer low to the new high back here. So if this starts curling up, then I would really expect Doge and all the other dog shit to start running as well. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you can clearly see if you just use basic lines that the altcoin dominance has been grinding higher, and it just made a new all-time high in January. So now it's back testing the 618 here, which you could actually argue that now that I brought that up, that the uptrend has been invalidated. So this is still, if the Bitcoin dominance starts coming back to life and the tethered or the US or the altcoin dominance rather takes a shit, it has to stay over 14%, or there's going to be some trouble for the altcoins. So I think the altcoins, I think this is the worst case scenario for the altcoins. The only way that this gets invalidated, in my opinion, because I could be wrong as always, it's just my opinion, none of this is financial advice. I could be wrong, and this move can happen, and Bitcoin crashes to wherever. I don't think it happens, but the only way that I see this happening is Bitcoin rips up to 75,000 or whatever it is, and then obviously the tether or the Bitcoin dominance would come back to life, and then the altcoins would get hit and then have their relief rally. So that's pretty much it. I still think there's a drop lurking, depending on what coin you have. Some of the coins are curling up, but looking at Dogecoin, it doesn't look that bad in my opinion. So I think April's bullish. Some of these altcoins are coming back to life already. I really think April's bullish. So that's pretty much it. Best of luck. Just my opinion. None of this is financial advice. And you always have to do what's best for you.